All right. This is Backline streaming on Twitch. You might also be seeing us on YouTube or on Facebook. We have a great show tonight. We actually have two shows tonight. One one right now, and then one at 10 o'clock. So make sure to come back for that. You're watching this probably on twitch.tv/backline comedy. If you're not, switch over to that right now. It's very fun. If you have an account, you can get on and chat with other people who are watching. Also, we have things like Teespring. We have some merchandise. We have shirts, all that kind of stuff. We also have a Patreon, Backline Comedy, Facebook, all that fun stuff. Don't worry about that too much right now. We have a wonderful show. I'm going to introduce the host. So please, I hope everyone's already starting to watch. I think you're really going to love this show. Please put your hands together right now for the host of Kareem in Your Face, Ali Kareem.
Hey, what's up, guys? How is everyone? Yay. All right. Well, you know, in times like this, laughter is the only thing that we're missing. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. I have a really great lineup. I mean, it's going to be odd without an audience. So please make sure you comment afterwards. Comment on the things that you like. Ha ha ha, all the fun stuff. But just to give you a little background about myself, my name is Ali Kareem. I'm originally from Iraq, born and raised in Baghdad. B-Town? Good. Yeah. What you know about Baghdad? You don't know anything, okay? Baghdad is crazy, man. Baghdad was so crazy that a cat didn't meow. All right, I'm just pausing for you guys to laugh. No, man, I mean, you guys expect to talk about the obvious thing that's going on. You know, that's the reason that we're at home. Diarrhea is a serious thing. I've been having diarrhea all day. JK. The coronavirus, man. Coronavirus, it's crazy. I mean, I walk around with a kit now to people that want to, or ladies out there that want to get freaky with it. I just want you to know that if I show up with a medical kit and take your temperature, just know. I'm just checking your heat. Hey, I got to be safe, all right? Wash your hands before you touch it. A lot of things. I'm just going to go ahead and, again, these guys are really putting themselves out there and risking themselves to, online corona. So please give them a warm welcome. Make sure you comment on their funny jokes. We like feedback, so that's good. So this first comedian coming up, I'm sure he's going to make you laugh. First guy coming up, very good friend of mine. Give it up for Caleb Salvatore.
That's a lot of pressure on me there. No, I'm sorry if I'm too high energy for you guys. I got really fired up before I came on here listening to Creed, so I apologize. Just want to let you get to know me a little bit, where I work, the type of area I work in. The other day, I left a pill container sitting in the center console of my car. Somebody smashed the window and stole it. Not sure who you are. See, I went full boomer and I fucking couldn't figure out how to work this shit. So I told you about the people stealing my dog's thyroid medicine, right? So I should do auditing and compliance for a bank. Let me let you in a little industry secret about the banking world. If someone's on your account, you can't unless they die, you can't take them off. So even in the most extreme circumstances. So fellas, that means if your soon-to-be ex-wife steals your money, cheats on you, and then takes that money to fund a vacation with her new husband or her new boyfriend, you got to kill the bitch. I made a fatal mistake the other day. I talked to my girlfriend about our exes. Turned out she dated a blind guy before she knew me. And I was like, you dated a blind guy. What was that like? And I swear, never do this, you guys, because she looked me dead in the eyes and goes, well, he was about as good at finding the clit as you were. So people ask me all the time why my girl is such a easy target for me and my jokes. Well, there's 3 reasons. Number one, this isn't going to work without my phone, but number one, she's usually not here because she thinks I'm wasting my time. She's actually forced to be here right now, though, because she's in the other room because I'm doing this at home. Number 2, you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want when you eat pussy like a Council Bluffs resident at a Golden Corral happy hour. And number 3, she's got epilepsy. So if she comes at me, I just got to pull out my phone and start flashing the light. It's not the same effect. Yeah, no, I actually, I took a CPR class to know what to do in case she ever had a seizure in front of me. I wanted to be a good boyfriend, right? So I went to the CPR class, and I have really bad ADHD. I'll preface this. So I didn't pay attention throughout the lecture part of the whole class. I didn't pay attention to the lecture part. And we get to the hands-on part. They got one of those little styrofoam dummies just on the floor like that, right? So, of course, I'm the first one she calls. She goes, Caleb, quick, your girlfriend's having a seizure. What do you do? So I learned 2 things that day. Number 1, taking my pants off was the wrong answer. And number 2, those styrofoam dummies give your cock one hell of a rug burn. Yeah, she asked if I wanted to go tanning yesterday. Like, no, I don't want to go tanning. I'm Italian, you're Mexican. We turn brown and we walk in front of a fucking salt lamp. I don't want to go tanning. I also just got over a melanoma scare. For those of you in the audience that aren't white, melanoma is a skin cancer that only affects us. So don't worry about it. She doesn't have to worry about it either. But I'm super glad that I didn't have it. I'm good. There's no cancer. Because I've always taken solace in the fact that even if I did get cancer, I could at least, milk it for some sympathy. Yeah, that was until I called the Make-A-Wish Foundation to see if they let me play catch with Tom Brady, and they told me to go fuck myself. You learn a lot of things when you're about yourself, and you start to reflect upon things when you find out that you might die, though. I remember thinking as soon as they told me we need to get this checked because it could be cancer, first thing that popped into my head was, holy shit, there were days where I jerked off 4 times. Talk about wasting my time. Yeah, I watched a boxing match a couple weeks ago. One of the fighters, I shit you not, leaned over and licked the blood off of his opponent. I've never seen anything like it. Thank God no one did that to Magic Johnson. I nearly died at an Applebee's last week. I about choked to death on a boneless wing. It was bad, dude. Thank God my server hopped up and gave me the fucking Heimlich. Saved my fucking life. I almost felt bad about not leaving a tip. I got to stop eating out. We went to Chick-fil-A, and I checked into it on Facebook, and someone comments like, I didn't know you hate gay people. I'm like, I don't hate gay people. What the fuck are you talking about? They took their time, and they took the time to explain to me that Chick-fil-A donates money to these charities that go across the ocean and help countries in Africa pass laws that throw gay people in prison. I've never thought of it that way. Totally changed my perspective on everything. And then I had a spicy deluxe with no pickle. They're flashing me with the time here, so we'll end it on this. 2015 was the toughest year of my life, and there were 3 reasons. First reason, we found out that Hulk Hogan was a racist. Second reason, we found out that Bill Cosby was a rapist. Third reason, we found out that Jared from Subway was a pedophile. So it got really expensive for me because, needless to say, I had 3 tattoos I needed to cover up real quick. I'm Caleb. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome, I think.
All right. Give it up for Caleb. All right. Sorry, getting a little bit excited. This next guy is very funny. I like him a lot. He's fucking weird as fuck, but I still love him. You guys, please give a warm welcome. Jeremy, hit it.
Hey everyone. Jeremy, I guess. My last name's Plum. With the last name Plum, I get a lot of weird nicknames. I've been called J-Dog by my college roommates, Plumberry by my coworkers, and irreconcilable differences by my parents' divorce lawyer. In order to write that joke, I had to Google reasons for a divorce, and I don't recommend that. So now I'm getting ads specifically targeted to divorced stepdads, ads for cargo shorts, sandals with socks in them, and horny singles in my area that just want to fuck. This is a lot easier to do. Like, I'm used to a crowd with no laughter. This feels way more genuine to me. Like, I just go and I love it. Speaking of nicknames, my dad actually has a fun little nickname for me. He calls me Casper the Friendly Ghost because I have a big head, I'm pale, and I'm dead to him. I have an identical twin sibling, and as an identical twin, you try to draw the line in the sand, be your own person. They dress up pretty formally. I'm kind of casual. They shave their beard. I'm growing mine out. They have a theater degree. I have a future. I didn't study before this. I've been doing comedy for about almost 5 years now, and tonight doesn't show it, but I love every minute of it, even tonight. But the one thing I don't like is backhanded compliments. You normally get them after an open mic, and they're things like, "Hey man, I thought it was great you just went on stage," or "Hey man, I actually thought you were funny," or "I guess at the end of the day, you're still my son." Things that sound nice, but are really mean, Mom. The worst it's ever been, I was doing a show and I thought I was killing it, like tonight, but not. And I get off stage and the guy runs up to me and says, "Hey man, this bar is great. Do you know any of the real comedians?" I do, but Ollie doesn't answer my phone calls anymore. What I like the most is I've been grateful and gracious enough to travel and do comedy. And I like driving to whatever state I can perform to if it's possible, because listening to the radio station is the best way to get to know a state. I was in Michigan at one point and heard the best radio station there ever was, which is 102.5. Because it was clearly some guy in his office with an iPod on shuffle. The lineup was "What If God Is One of Us," "Boulevard of Broken Dreams," and "Come On Eileen." The DJ didn't give a shit either. He just turned the mic on and said, "All right, that was your 3 o'clock rock block. This Boulevard of Broken Dreams, followed by Come On Eileen." A lot of good memories with that one. Anyway, here's Rod Stewart. Like, what the fuck was that? What type of memory was that? And what did he do to Eileen? My exit was actually coming up, but I stayed for an extra hour in Michigan just so I can listen to what other bullshit he had left to say. All right, guys, for a 4 o'clock rock block, we have Gangster's Paradise, followed by Beethoven Second. And a special treat for you guys, we have political pundit Rush Limbaugh as he breathes into a microphone and achieves his final orgasm. A lot of good memories with that one. And I also like billboards. And when you go to other states, my favorite billboard in other states are casino billboards, because it's just 15 signs in a row about how to strain a marriage. My favorite pun that all casinos do is hot slots. Get it? Empty room that I'm standing in. Do you get it? Hot slots. Dirty slots. Come ride our slots, you little fuckboy. Like, what? Little? How'd they know? But it's not a pun. They don't do any other type of puns like that for any other game at a casino. It's not like poker and poke her, or rummies and cummies, baccarat on my back, or solitaire with a dick in. I guess that's, I like a rules of three ended on that. Normally when I'm in a crowd, I like to tell them that I have OCD, And then I don't like saying it during a set because when I say that, the audience gives me like weird looks, or they have a specific image in their head. You know, they think that I obsess about even numbers, or that my room has to be clean, or that I have to host Deal or No Deal. And that's not it for me. I think every day I'm a bad person, and I apologize a lot. I do nice things so I can feel some sort of sense of reconciliation. So I grew up Catholic. And I grew up Catholic because I wanted to devote my body and my soul to a higher power that had the answers that I didn't have, which is just a fancy city talk way of saying I cried when I jacked off till I was like 21. Turning 26 in a few days. Now I just tear up. It's sadder when I laugh at my own jokes and there's no one here. That feels sadder and a little creepier. I don't know. I know why, but I don't want to admit it. I actually lived next to a church for a long time, and I liked it for a little while. I was Holy Cross in Omaha, and I liked it. It was a little weird when I was an adult. It got to the point where everyone else was calling him father, and I was calling him daddy, and that's when I left the church. I still get messages from my priest to come back, but it's just basic stuff like, hey, you up? Saw you on Messenger, thought I'd drop you a line. This is my body, and I give it up for you, and he is risen. I thirst. Happy Easter, everyone. I like to eat local because, and I was at like a Malayan restaurant not too long ago, and I ordered a meat lover's panini, but I asked them to remove the tomato because I want to love meat exclusively. And before I did, the owner actually told me why the tomato is important in that sandwich. And it's because of the acid in the tomato. It makes the meat more tender, more flavorful. Overall, it just makes it a better sandwich. And I thought that was great because that's real passion. You know, passion for the art is amazing. But I eat like a child, and tomatoes are yucky. So no tomatoes on my Sammy, please. I tried this new thing not too long ago. I don't know why I thumbs up like if you were in the back of the room on that, but yeah, I got them. I tried this new thing recently. I had sex. I don't recommend it. And I think it's because I grew up Catholic. There's just a lot of pressure when you grew up Catholic and sex, a lot of weird stuff. I mean, it's like having sex before marriage to a Catholic is like the second biggest sin there is, that and voting Democrat. And I just wish like the sex ed talk was a lot more honest about that. There's just a lot of built up pressure. You know, I just wish like the priest, when they bring us over to the other room, they say, hey, sex. Have you ever seen those little water toys with glitter and sometimes plastic fish and little plastic dolphins? Put your dick in that. It's basically the same thing. Feels great, don't get me wrong. It's just not worth getting picked up at Chuck E. Cheese for, so lower those expectations. I just, at this point, that's actually all the time I have. But guys, before I leave, I host a podcast called Run the Lights. Just search me everywhere. And Ali's doing a great job for hosting this show. So let's get up for your host, Ali.
Hey! Alexa, pause. You guys, give it up for Jeremy. Jeremy, like you said, he runs a podcast. Like I said, don't say I didn't warn you. You know, we're all weird. He's just a little bit extra. But it's still funny. I love Jeremy. And I was, you know, I'm from the Middle East. I was talking to my mom on the phone the other day, and yeah, my mom is like, Ali, I know you're in America. I know you're partying. She's like, you need to pray to Allah. And I was like, okay, Mom. She's like, no, don't say okay. Say inshallah. Okay, if you don't know what inshallah means God willing. Okay, so I said inshallah, and Alexa's light came on. I was like, I love America. I love America. Please don't call the FBI. I was like, Mom, stop saying Allah on the phone. This next chick, she's great, man. I love her. I love her energy. She's very funny. She does shows all over town. So she doesn't need any more introduction than that. Please give it up for Angie Sada.
All right. So clearly I'm Gen X because I just struggled to turn off the mute. Yeah, I'm Angie Sada. I'm an educator. I've been an educator for 18 years. I've been an alcoholic for 17 years, 11 months, 3 weeks, 4.5 days. That is correct, a half day. Those little fuckers were getting shit-handed at recess. So the fuck was I. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love teaching. I love working with young people. I love their energy. They inspire me to, pursue my passions, and they motivate me to chase my dreams. My new dream is dying, and my new passion is planning a funeral. There's not as much on Pinterest for that as one would like to think. Like you'd hope there'd be something in there, kind of like give your casket some flair. But no, there's not. It's not a thing. So I'm going to start it myself. I just need to learn how to design apps and come up with money to copyright this. But if you steal this, I'll be livid. Dead Trist right there. Killed it. Oh my God, killed it. Get it? That was on accident. I'm just that funny. No, but like my funeral is going to be like a big rock and roll extravaganza. Like there's going to be trapeze artists and fire breathers. At some point in the night, John Leguizamo is going to get murdered. It's going to be like a Baz Luhrmann movie. I hope it comes to be I won't know. But I feel like my mom's going to enjoy it, and that's important to me. I want my mom to have a good time. Maybe she can pick up on some of those over the hill wedding crashers who are now funeral crashing. No, Rose is a saint. She's never had sex before in her life. Immaculate conception. Working with kids gives you a lot of insight to who you are. And they make you, they hold you accountable, for the things that you do and believe and say. A few weeks ago, when we were still allowed to go to school, and please don't get me wrong, we should not be at school. We should be at home washing our hands religiously. But anyway, a few weeks ago, we were hanging out, sitting at a table, just chit-chatting before class, and a couple kids were sitting with me, and a little girl used a swear word. I shouldn't say a little girl. I work with middle schoolers. It's fine. I know I'm a hero. It's fine. But this young lady used a swear word, and a young man sitting next to me said, "We're all Christians here. Don't talk like that." And I said, hey man, we're not all Christians. It's okay as long as we're good and decent people. Because there's a little girl whose grandmother picks her up and she wears a burqa. So either she has very sensitive skin or she is Muslim. Like my next husband, Ali Kareem. And he looks at me and he said, "We're not." And I said, "No, not everybody's a Christian." He's like, "Are you a Christian?" And I was like, oh, fuck. And I said, I was trying to make it a whole day without talking about it, but I'm an atheist. And he's like, "An atheist? You don't believe in God?" And I said, "No, I don't. I just try really hard to be nice and kind." And he said, "Well, what do you believe in?" And I said, "Science. I believe in science." And he looked me dead in the face, very serious, got real close to me and said, "Do science have an after party?" The only thing I could think was, who is this child's pastor? Like, Rick James is dead. Who else would tell everybody that death is an after party? I am not ready for a party because I assure you when I die, I'm not going to have my eyebrows drawn on, and I'm more than likely not going to be wearing a bra. I should not be going to a party. I should not be going literally anywhere anyone else could see me. So there's a new existential crisis for me to explore. But my kids are great. They crack me up. Not too long ago, we were indoors during after lunch break, and because it was raining and it was gross, and like indoor recess is a punishment that people give teachers for crimes they've never committed. I mean, I'm sure crimes we've thought of committing, like bank fraud or, never child abuse. Teachers would never want to hurt a child. Never, not even our own. But we had indoor recess, and my kids don't know how to mind their business, first of all. The school I work at is in the heart of a really rough neighborhood. And my kids they are on like high alert all the time. They are hyper vigilant. They know everything you're doing all the time. Even when you don't know what you're doing, it's like touching your face. Like I learned calculus easier than I learned how to not touch my face. But anyway, we're sitting there, kids are talking among themselves, playing board games, whatever. I'm sitting at my desk trying to eat lunch, shovel down this Costco Caesar salad, and it's great. Like I love salad to begin with. So, which you could believe that because you can't see anything below my titties. No, these kids are just minding their business, except for one of them. One kid comes up to me and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Eating." And he's like, "No, what are you doing?" And he motions very aggressively at this pile of the discarded centers of hearts of romaine lettuce. They're bitter. I don't eat them. I'm a super taster. Clearly, I'm delicate. And I was like, "Those? I don't eat those." And he's like, "Why not?" And he's like, and I'm just like, this kid is literally driving me insane during my downtime. And I was like, "Well, they're bitter. I don't eat them. I don't like the big hard white ones." If there's a list of shit you're not supposed to say to a 12-year-old boy with a behavior disorder, that's number 2 on the list. Number 1, of course, is, "Here, Timmy, I know the other kids don't like you, but take this gun with you to school." So the kid rolling on the ground laughing, hysterical, goes just completely red, tears streaming down his face, finally pulls himself together, finally. And he gets up and he goes and gets his best friend. His best friend is this cute kid. He's a cute little black kid. He's got chubby cheeks and he wears glasses. I call him my little professor. First kid brings his buddy over and he's like, dude, she doesn't like the hard white ones." And this sweet little black kid laughs politely at his friend's joke. And then he winks at me. So what I'm saying is this comedy shit has to work or I'm going to catch a case. And I'm too cute for prison. I'm delicate. I'm afraid of conflict. I grew up surrounded in conflict. I'm Mexican. Want to steal your job, ooga booga. Give me your employment right now. No, but being Mexican is hard. Being Mexican is hard right now. Like things are weird. Right now in America, it's hard being Latin. Like it's complicated. It's changed everything about my life. When I was able to leave my house, if I went out and I was looking cute and I felt good and I was feeling myself, if I caught a white guy looking at me, I had to really reevaluate how I thought about this man. Does he want to talk to me? Does he want my number? Is he going to buy me a drink? Does he want me to go back where I came from? Because I'm not going back to Bellevue unless it's a quarantine. If it's a quarantine, I'm going home. No, it's tough. It's tough out here for a brown girl, but it's cool. It's cool. I don't believe that white people are out to get me. I don't believe that white people have made an overall attempt to ruin my way of life. Aside from that thing when they gave out smallpox blankets, that was complicated for everybody who was already on this continent. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Get cold, get itchy and die? Who knows? Who knows? White people are fine now. White people are fine. I love you guys. I can't thank you enough for your amazing contributions to our culture. Polka, that's great. That was fun. Casseroles, you guys killed it with that hot dish.
Time he's itching. I don't know if he's itching because he has bed bugs. Bed bugs. That shit just